No foreplay.
We bike.
Maybe we should start singing our songs on the intro since
No
Universal Music Group gonna fuck with us. And
Right, all the time.
Yeah,
God damn
the
it.
fuck.
We back in the bowels. I don't even know what neighborhood this is. What is this?
And technically,
Chatham-
motherfuckers,
what?
this is
Auburn Gresham? What's
no,
that?
the Grand Crossing area.
Grand Crossing. I just know a few South Side areas.
We live and direct from the kitchen of Aunt P.
Oh my God, the bowels.
The bowels.
of the east side, the greater
bowels
east
of the
side of
South Side.
Chicago.
We apologize in advance if you hear any
Gunfire.
any gunplay or
screams, ambulances.
Pow, pow.
My block is good. Funny thing, it's that next block down.
Like anybody who knows Chicago.
It's block to block.
It's pockets.
It's
pockets. You can find a block where it's like 7 old folks' homes over there. And only get bad when they have family reunions.
I'm so tired of these pockets. So tired of these pockets.
Because I can't stunt. I definitely live in a west side pocket. Like I've been in my house, my apartment about six years, and never had a problem. But a block up, a block over, a block behind, a block ahead.
And it's crazy because my people, they own a house that I can rent, but it's on literally the next block down. I just can't have my baby on that block. And they remodeling and everything and put this privacy fence. I just
See, and that's one thing about Chicago. For the people who do not live in Chicago and listen to the podcast, you're either gonna be rich with the poor folks or you're gonna be poor with the rich folks. There's really no in between in Chicago. Like suburbs might be different, but inside of Chicago, nah, I don't think it's really no middle class in Chicago. I think it's all or nothing.
It's a middle class.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think it's some nice areas in Chicago that you can live comfortably?
Because at this point, what happens is our view of what the middle class is fucked up. It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Right now, Beverly's the middle class. Shit like that. That's the middle class. Like that's not high class no more. That's the middle. That's the middle. You know. Right.
Sip my Modelo.
Right. Yeah. Since man, I feel like we want to jump off into some shit.
yeah. Let's not play around.
This girl asked a question.
Oh shit!
And I want to bring it to the show.
Bring it to the mat.
She asked, it's a relationship question. Now.
Okay.
That's what my
She said, when will men get out of the habit of wanting women to chill at their house for dates? That's what she asked. She says she don't know. It just kind of seems out there. She wants to know, when are men gonna get out of that? I was like, damn, I don't know what to say.
That's interesting. I think, man, since we getting straight to it, I think it comes around to a bigger point that women have to ask themselves: when will some women realize that most men don't really want to be out with them in the public?
Hey, zing.
I mean, no, that's real talk. Like,
I'm with you.
Because we've had talks in different group chats, different house party settings about this subject in various forms. And one thing I just always think in my mind, I laugh. I'm like, these topics I brought up generally with men, but I think about all the guys who I run with, who I fuck with. And I'm like, out of everybody, I'm probably like the least romantic out of the crew.
Yeah, we just had this.
But
discussion.
but that's a good sign because, like, when the guys go out on dates with their ladies, they really step the fuck out. Like, I be looking at my nigga snaps and Insta stories like, God damn, nigga, I want to be a +1 on this goddamn date. Just cause. like niggas really playing shit out. Like, and, even speaking for myself, like, I'm not, Antonio Banderas and, Desperado, but like, when it's time to get jiggy and cleaned up, I put some clothes on. We know how to put a smile on a woman's face.
Right.
And turn into a dark-skinned Christopher Williams.
Mm.
And so, like, we just had, for the question of why do men think it's okay to have dates in their crib, let's think about it from a man's perspective, why this possibly might happen a lot.
Right.
Number one, top reason, you might not be on that level, and you just ain't admitted to yourself with the guy.
Right.
Like, y'all might just be fuck buddies, and you should be fortunate that he's actually like watching movies with you instead of calling you over at 11 to just smash and go home.
Right.
Number two, dating is expensive. As someone who, you know, has been single for like, you know, let's just round up like 2 years, pretty much. It's not the most inexpensive thing to do. And before you get to saying, all right, nigga, you just cheap. Like, number one, so what? Number two, I ain't that cheap. So I do go out, but like that shit adds up. And if, you know, the guy you talking to, he got more responsibilities than just to take your ass everywhere out on a date. Like sometimes like he's going to have to improvise. And, you know, you can do stuff outside that's inexpensive. I get it, ladies. But, like, you know, sometimes after a long day, he done got into it with his boss. He had to stay work late. Now, all of a sudden, like, I want to go out on a date. Like, man, I hear you. We can go out on the weekend. But, like, but, you know, we need to finish this TV series. How about that?
And I can definitely understand how you would say about cost. Because I'm going to be real. A good date, I'm just going to say, I know a lot of dudes gonna get mad, but a good date is like $100 if both of you all drink.
Yeah, if both of y'all drink.
If both of y'all drink, you go order 2 drinks apiece. That's $40 before tip. Before we even got to the appetizers and you know what I'm saying? Even if we get into 2 for $20, you know what I mean? You still gonna want dessert and some alcohol. So I tell you this: if I'm taking you on dates, at least it's 7 days in a week. You probably gonna want at least 2 dates. I can see a Tuesday and a Saturday lick set up like that or something like that. So.
Who taking somebody out 2 days a week?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. Now you becoming a bill. Now spending $800 on you a month. That's a Range Rover car note.
Now you becoming a bill.
Now you becoming a bill. And once you become, who likes bills? Nobody likes bills. So once your guy or a friend or whoever he is till you start looking at you like a bill.
Like, yeah, like for real. Like, just think about this. Like, ladies, a nice date to take you out, that's a Sprint bill. Unlimited everything. If we doing that 4 times a month, I'm paying 4 Sprint bills, and you not Sprint. Again, I have to really like you, number one. So think about where you at in that man's life. There's a whole lot of women's songs that you can listen to that expresses about where you are in a man's life when it comes to dating.
Unfortunately, when my job pay me, there's not a separate area for dates. You know what I'm saying? I think too, where that question really comes from women is this. I'm gonna just keep it 100% real. To me, that just means you ain't separated yourself yet, though. Like that's really what that means. It's not like everything that everybody else said here was valid as fuck and right as fuck, and I agree with. But if you ain't separated yourself to where that nigga like, man, spending time with her, taking her out on this date ain't necessarily like, you know,
if I'm not looking at it as an expense anymore. Right.
It's not a benefit. It's not adding to my life. It's like kind of getting to know each other dates. And I'll keep it real. Some women really like them, you know, getting to know each other dates, right? Because you get to go out. Your interaction ain't that deep because y'all still in that shallow stage. And you go and right, niggas love shallow. You go and you gonna get a good meal because you know that nigga trying to impress you, and you feel good about it. You're like, oh, okay, this is cool. It's like if that's what you want, you're a fucked up individual. I'm gonna just be real. Like if that's what you're looking for, because you should, in that case, your broke ass should probably get together with your girls, and then y'all plan to do this how many times y'all want to a week.
Right.
And then y'all see how much y'all like spending money on y'all self.
Man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, somebody.
Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you look up and you see these women get dressed up and go out to these dinners and shit. But really, most of them only do that a few times a year. But they want you to do it for them constantly because they don't like chilling in the house. But then I think, too, one thing that really ties into it, and it's something that I think all guys have known, when you pursue a woman, most of us don't just jump out the window immediately and pursue. We even if we exchange numbers in a club, we done watched you in that club for a little bit. We kind of see how you carry yourself, and especially if we know you in real life or even on social media, we kind of get a good idea of what you do. So if we know that that's what you do all the time, if I look up and 3 nights a week, you at Steak 48, you at True Lux, you at Michael Jordan's, then I know that when I take you on a date, we gonna have to go. We're gonna have to do something worthwhile. I'm gonna have to impress
Right.
you.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
another good point.
That's another
if I
good
see
point.
you out of dice games the whole time,
Joe, shut up, Joe. Joe, shut the fuck up.
Right.
and like just like running through fire hydrants in the middle of 63rd Street,
Right.
Like you think come on, man.
And that always gets to me. Like, you be wanting these lavish $200 dates, but you never been on one. So how you just go
Right.
tell yourself, hey, the next guy's gonna have to take me here? Now, have you earned
and
that
how
sugar?
you and the audacity of you to appoint me to be that nigga.
Right. I look up, girl. Listen, I done looked at your snap all summer. You ain't been nowhere but the goddamn semi-high picnic. You done been to the Dunbar picnic.
Right.
You done been to the goddamn Hyde Park Brew Fest. Like
The most
yeah, that's
exotic,
all-
the most exotic place
And the house picnic.
you probably went to this summer or going to is the motherfucking Silver Room Block Fest.
Right.
I was thinking
Saturday.
Buckingham Fountain. when it
Buckingham,
changed.
the bean.
Right, guys.
Right.
Like
Get
you
the
know,
fuck outta
and,
here.
and don't get me wrong, it's some of y'all that you know. Real niggas been watching your Insta stories.
Yeah.
And if real niggas was to approach you, I already know I gotta make sure I come at you on the pay period and ain't got the rent included.
Right. We know, like,
We-
all right, okay, I got the. I'm gonna have to go big, like,
Right.
and that's something like all guys have talked about really our whole life. Like, yo, if I come to her, we gonna have to go big,
Yep.
right? And that's some guys talk about. But if you one of them, like, you ain't like, you ain't did nothing, and all of a sudden you want to go big with me, that is an instant turn off to a real guy.
Yes.
And now mind you, some guys a trick on you, and it don't mean nothing. But here's what I want to definitely tell you what the trick means. The trick means that he's coming for the coochie because he's
Yep.
not paying a Sprint bill to get no service.
He's not.
He's not. He's
And
not.
I know some of y'all rolling your eyes talking about it sounds so cheap as fuck. Why would you compare that to a Sprint bill? But like it's practical life. Like again, you have X amount of income, you have Y amount of expenses.
Right. And I'm not finna over budget my discretionary income for nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna put myself in the band because you look good. And as you being a woman, you should tell yourself, I don't want him to be in the band trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to impress me.
Yeah, and shout out to the women who I've dated over my life who recognize that.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I've splurged on them, like we've done good things, but every once in a while, I got this. Or it's like, you don't got to pick up my bill at Steak 48, but like, shit, if we meeting for Chipotle, just grab the Chipotle for me every once in a while.
I'm gonna keep it real because this is something guys versus women.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman right now took you out on a fancy date, like, and she was attractive, you was attracted to her,
Okay, thank you for clearing that up.
right? She's an attractive woman. Say, okay, we gonna go here. She took you out. Are you putting out?
Bro, the last time, nigga, so fast. So fast.
See.
You see? Did y'all see what Ghost did to Fancy on Power?
He destroyed.
Yes,
He destroyed.
So
He went
if
ham.
if you take me to me, look, you know what? It ain't even about no fancy restaurant. It's about the thought.
The thought.
For me.
The
If
thought.
you say, Fresh, I found this place that has the best tater tots in Chicago. You thought of me that much? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get to get 8 from the bite. It's only right. It's only right.
8 from the back.
But you know what? I'm gonna be real. Before we end this whole dating thing or whenever how it go, I have 2 things because when you brought up tricking, it touched me because look, right. I have this thing, right. I love socializing. I love interacting with people. I love kicking it, whatever. But my thing is, I'm more of a let me get you drunk. Don't ask me to get you drunk type person. If y'all can understand that, like. I'd rather offer you something you ask me for it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I can offer you one of these expensive dates, then let me do that. Don't ask me and say, "Can we go to Shayla Rue?" And we just was goddamn it, like you said, eating Chipotle together yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Let me offer it to you. You know what I mean?
because it's better. Because like now, like when you're like trying to suggest it for me, and I may have been already thinking it. And again, I may have been waiting for that pay period. That ain't with the rent.
Right. You know, next month I get 3.
Right.
I get 3 checks. It's 5 Fridays next
Right,
month.
right.
You know, I'm look out.
Hey, you know, I remember you, baby. I remember you. And so,
Oh man.
and so, like for when you suggest it, like Now it
a
feels
different
like
ballgame.
it's a chore.
Forced.
It's
Yep.
forced. It's
There
a
you go.
chore. And you know, like no one likes that.
No one likes chores.
No one likes chores. Like I shouldn't be out with you. Like I should have been watching the motherfucking ESPN NBA game of the night instead of out with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like ladies, like it's all a roundabout way to, you know, at the end of the day, you know when a real nigga like you. You know when he like you. And when he likes you, he's gonna do that stuff. And if a guy claims he likes you and you're just always having house dates, then yeah, you can question him, but he probably really don't like you. He's just saying he like you because you keep fucking him. Again, like, you know, you have a standard. Stay with the standard. And everything will fall in your favor, hopefully. Hopefully your standard's not like extremely high, but yeah, definitely have a standard. Like, you know, if you fucking with a guy and the guy wants you, like the guy's gonna move heaven and hell.
When you're in love and your lover needs you,
Yeah.
distant love.
Because, you know, niggas do like they gray jogging pants and they white tees, but, you know, niggas do like to get dressed up as well every once in a while.
I like to get dressed up every once in a while.
I like to get dressed up and I look over my lady face beat by the gods.
Thank you.
And we go to Soleil on out west, get that good soul food. The fuck?
Oh God!
But I definitely understand. I definitely understand where you're coming from, man, with that. So,
Yeah, man. Like,
all in all, to that young lady, earn me.
Oh God!
earn this motherfucking meal.
Oh man. Okay. All right. I just had to get that out the way.
That's fine. That was a great one. That was a great way to kick it off. What's next?
Considering how this was already going.
You know, we got a lot going on, man. You know, I'm trying to think. A lot of stuff happening, man. What's
Much.
happening?
I mean, Dion, the man on Mondays.
I don't even know what that means.
You got the sneakerhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ladies love sneakers.
Yeah.
July 23rd.
Just something comfortable for women, man. Wear your sneakers, come on outside. That's it.
And you would be surprised how many women like love this idea. Like I've got so much feedback. Like, tell Dion I said thank you so much because I just be wanting a reason to wear gym shoes. Even girls who be like, my man don't like me wearing gym shoes, but guess what? I'm sneaking out the house on Monday night with my gym shoes.
Sneak Lights loves you.
There you go, sugar. Wear your
He must ain't
Air Max ones.
put his thumb in your ass.
Oh, this the end I like. I'm glad we here. You want to open you a bill?
I'm about to get one.
I'm glad we here.
Yeah.
Oh man, a lot has happened in the world.
What's happening in the world, man?
Yeah. I mean, we can.
Posh party.
Can we address the posh party?
Let's give ourselves a 3-minute time frame because this could go on and on.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start the timer.
Start the timer.
3 minutes is all niggas get.
He getting a beer. I'm getting a phlegm on my chest.
Man. All right, once Ant sit back down, we're gonna start the official timer to cover Posh in Paris.
First and foremost,
Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life.
truly.
All right, we starting the timer right now.
Everybody under the sound of my voice. So, the good fellas of the No Foreplay show, along with their associates, decided, hey, you know what? We're going to do something different this year. We're going to actually be a part of the show. We're going to get a table. We're going to sit up front. You know, just have a good time at Posh. It was all good. We had a few bottles. We ordered a few bottles. And, you know, we were comfortable, you know, chilling. Then the DJ said, shout out to them boys of the No Foreplay show. It was pretty much all downhill from there. Shout out to our real friend AJ who had that look of disgust on his face.
Never have I been more proud to blow my budget in the club.
I hate these niggas.
Hey,
I've never been more proud.
me and Rich Homie Real. I don't know how we end up getting the pissing contest. And I know the meme. I like how the meme in my head every day. I even have it. I'm going to get it tattooed on me. Stop trying to compete with niggas who steal for a living. And that's what me and Real had got into. We I don't know if they was the car crackers or not. Whatever they were.
They were not the car crackers.
I don't know if they was getting it the right way. But anyway, me and Real decided we're going to have a pissing contest with these niggas. We go get some more bottles. And I don't know, our section just went up all of a sudden.
Horrible.
Thanks the ladies of Posh. I said it all wrong, but thank the ladies of Posh to put us up front. I guess they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, because
I thought I was gonna chill. Apparently that was not to be.
Right, fuck standing on the couches. Mother was standing on the back of the couches.
Dion, any words that you have?
I just hate my friends. Everybody decided to just go over budget for no reason.
For no reason.
Other than to just be drunker. And I'm just sitting there with the bottle of water, just looking like in disgust.
I was trying to get him a drink so bad.
Yeah,
he had put some ice in his glass. I'm like, let's go. He's like, no, I'm just gonna drink a cranberry juice.
Yeah, I probably poured cranberry juice. The party was fun as it usually is.
Another great party, ladies.
Another great party. It was interesting. Of course, I'll use mine to talk about Dion things.
Yeah, we here for Dion things.
Reg from Dear White People, he was there. Mm-hmm. Reg is right now he's my enemy because he's dating the girl who plays I forgot her name, but she's on The Chi, the young girl who dating the guy who played Eazy-E. She cute as ever, but he's dating her. Cass from The Chi was in there, Barton Fitzpatrick, Jacob Lattimore, dope actor. But we're gonna run over time because I have to address DJ Clue.
Yes.
DJ Clue.
We ain't had no time. Yes, go ahead for that one.
Stupid.
DJ Clue. Here's the shit. So everybody knows, 6ix9ine been trolling Chicago for weeks. I know
weeks on weeks.
Right. I know he stopped a while back. But see, here's the shit. Chicago, we don't stop grudges. Like literally, when we got a grudge, we don't. We just ain't with the shit.
Right.
So we don't forgive nothing. So, I don't know if DJ Clue been in a hole. I don't know if he ain't been on social media. I don't know if he thought we was for play. But he came, here, he was DJing. And first, the weird part about this is this. It's not DJ. But J Illa DJ before him.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, here's the shit. I've heard a lot of DJs in my time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I'll say this and I'll be frank. Chicago, out of all the cities I've been to and partied in, whatever, and all the DJs who come from out of town here, Chicago, we have the best DJs. I don't know if y'all know that. We have the best DJs. Like, really, that's a fact.
It's gotten clear to me as I've gotten older.
Yeah, it's a fact because you go to other cities and you would just be looking around crazy as hell. Like, what happened?
They just slamming music on.
Right. They just throwing shit on. So you'll hear Chicago DJs do all type of shit, right? And that's top to bottom. Like, you'll pull up a Chicago DJ you forgot DJ but was hot 5 years ago, and he'll come in there and rock the party. Yep. So J Illa, who happens to be literally, in my opinion, he's my favorite right now. He's my favorite. Yeah, no doubt. He's my favorite DJing right now.
I haven't had a bad J Illa experience ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
So J Illa, right? So he's DJing the party. He's getting it where it needs to be. And one thing, J Illa adheres to the DJ rules, which is he's not gonna play the closer music if he's not in the closer slot.
Yep.
So he giving DJ Clue room to breathe. Mm-hmm. DJ Clue gets on those turntables, and he fucked up, fam. He fucked up.
He was missing. He was missing a few shit like.
No, it was beyond missing. I'm gonna say this. This ain't my first time hearing a New York DJ, and I've never been
impressed.
Like, I remember Biz Markie did
Players Ball,
and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
He was whack. But Kid Capri, before you got there, Kid Capri, when he did Players Ball, it changed our lives.
Okay, I can understand. Kid Capri. No, because Kid Capri is like
a DJ.
He like right under Jazzy Jeff. You know what I mean? He like that. You know what I mean? But Biz Markie, he dropped the ball. Even DJ Drama. DJ Drama did Homecoming or something at SAU. I give DJ Drama credit because he did a little research and he played Get Down Lil Mama. So he got a couple points for that. But it's still like, I'm used to my DJ being a real DJ. Not just, I'm going to play the top 100 and y'all going to like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. And I think what really threw me is that one thing about Biz Markie, he did rock for me one time here at the club. I forgot which one. He tore it down. But, I know he's also not, he's not up there. He's not top, top 3 tiers. So the crazy shit, DJ Clue gets on, he's playing his music. And what's funny, people looked at me and said, I hope he don't fuck this up. Before he start DJing, niggas was coming to me like, because they know I'm like sober on the music. I hope you don't fuck this up, Dion. I was like, well, all right. And I thought he was at least going to maybe even give us like a cold ass Rockefeller set.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and
something.
That's what that's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, this nigga's just finna dig in the crates.
Right. Is he going to dig in the crates? Is he going to go play a cold dip set? Mm-hmm. But it's like once he went, I'm like, yo, this nigga don't got no direction. Like almost like he didn't research what the fuck he wanted to do. And then when he was in there, the nigga, like I said, all the beef, regardless of how old we are, Chicago niggas, we love Chicago niggas. It's true. It's true. You gotta do a lot to forsake us. It's motherfuckers in that party who like denounced Chief Keef when he was on his come up. But once 6ix9ine started beefing with him, fuck that. But DJ Clue, he played Gummo.
Child.
When I tell you he played Gummo and we were all standing up.
And this was not planned, by the way.
It was
this
not
planned.
It was just natural reaction.
Like
synchronized.
Niggas start doing the cut that shit off sign.
Niggas
like
start giving him the cutthroat symbol.
Cut it off. Booing.
His bodyguard was looking, giving the hands like, for real, y'all niggas ain't fucking with this.
No, we not.
Me and Clue made eye contact, Joe.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, I know me and Clue made eye contact because when he cut it off, we made eye contact. He cut it off. Then he played something else. Then he looked at me again. I was like, I gave him a thumbs up, like, all right, we're fucking late. Like, this how close we was. I don't know why they gave us this prime real estate. Like, we was that close to Clue where he can look at me and I can look at him and be like, hey. And I guess he probably thought we were somebody important too because we were so close to them.
Well, fresh I am.
Sorry to trouble you, sir.
Right. I was definitely giving him to cut that shit. What's the Jonah Hill meme when he doing like this? I was definitely giving him that shit. And then I start booing. I didn't have.
Yeah, it was a couple.
I wasn't with the shit. I wasn't with the shits. This is home turf. This is home turf. If I went to go party in New York, I wouldn't expect y'all to play Keith at all.
Exactly.
So it's respect. So
and if you was DJing in fucking New Jerusalem, I know you're not gonna throw on some Ride Through New York. Like you know what I mean?
I know you're not gonna play that. Cause when Finito was played, niggas yelled that shit though too. Like we about to blow New Jersey up. Like,
never cared.
Never cared. So yeah, man. Party was dope. Next year, I will be there. I will definitely be there. I will say this next year. Next year, I don't know if I'm going to be with my real friends and their
you have no choice.
And their drinking shenanigans.
You have no choice.
But
we'll be even richer next year.
I will say this next year. Next year, if I the only suggestion I would make, because you really can't improve upon an event like that. Mm-hmm. But I will say this. Can we have all Chicago DJs? Like all, I want all three to be from the crib. Mm-hmm. I know people feel like the guest, takes it to another level. Mm-hmm. But nah, I mean, like, take it to the next level. Like, if you're going to do a guest, I'm going to keep it real. If you're going to do a guest DJ in Chicago, do something unorthodox. The Posh Party, I know we got our lane. Bring in something random. Bring in a house DJ that's still in touch with the rap. Because I feel like a house set may go up. Because the vibe, a short house set may go up along with our rap shit. Like
Manny Fresh.
I don't as
somebody that's with the culture.
As a Chicagoan, I don't get how we've gotten away from house in the club.
But you know what though? Speaking from a point of view of someone who don't like house that much, like it's okay. Yeah. Like after like 10 minutes of that shit.
But that's all I'm saying. That's all I need. You only need a quick 10 minutes. You only need a quick
like 5 to 8.
Freaky
and you
motherfucker.
Freaky motherfucker. And I heard you say, hey, like you heard. Okay, yeah. I can.
I don't need no 30 minutes of house. I just for y'all to let me know that I'm in the right place. You know what I mean? I don't know how we got away from that. And that's one thing that I be feeling me going wrong in Chicago anyway. We always getting away from ourselves to please others. Ain't no way in the 90s at the club, and I'm talking about the real club. I'm talking about with all the West Side heavies. All them niggas danced. You notice that all these new age niggas don't dance. And I ain't talking about dance like popping and all this shit. I'm talking about they get their little two-step on. They might got a ball in their hand, two-stepping with women. They don't do that no more. And I noticed that at Posh. I'm like, gee, these dudes just spent $20,000 on bottles, but they just looking at each other.
And I heard, I forgot what soul song they played. I must have jumped down so fast off that ledge and got a quick little body roll in from somebody. Man, please.
I feel like that was when they played Booed Up.
Yeah,
probably so.
I think some reggae came on when I jumped.
This
down.
one young lady here smelled like, and she told me it was herbal essence.
Oh,
She just
God.
watched it. Shout out to you.
God, you know what? Okay, now we went too far. Now we went too damn.
But that's how it's supposed to be, man. Like when you go to the club, you supposed to dance. You know, it don't supposed to be it is a fashion show, but it don't supposed to be a stand around.
Let's not talk about this if I get more depressed about people not dancing.
But you know when this is not a you know what I'm saying a plug, but the Thank You Chicago parties, when we have parties, people be sweating, people be dancing. Y'all can look at my videos. Like the reggae party just went up. You know what I mean? We had DJ Ring on that. It went up, and I'll be feeling like that's how it should be. Like to me, DJs are DJing for you to dance, not for you to just look at them and be like thumbs up on every fucking song. But hey, maybe that's just me. I still come to the club. I still want 2 slow jukes and.
We used to roll at the rink.
Some people
at the rink.
You know, a lot of people come out to be seen, and a lot of people come out to come out.
I come out to come out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got a t-shirt and a vest.
Nigga,
I ain't coming to play.
I ain't got my kid. I'm out.
Oh God.
I'm outside. We out here. But enough of that.
Yeah, Chance released new music today.
He did.
Any of y'all listen to it?
Yeah,
We actually did together
Okay.
as a
He
family.
released 4 songs.
Yes.
He went half for 4 to me.
You think it went 2 or 4?
I said half. No, I mean 0.5.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's like 13.
I had earlier gave it 0 for 4, but
That's
I
like
bumped it up.
12.5%.
Yeah.
Dion, I hate to say this, but I agree with you.
Y'all did? Maybe I need to listen again because I didn't.
I
Feel
played
like
it in the car. That's why I started playing other songs in the car. Like that's. I played it this morning. I played it with you. I was like, maybe when I'm sitting, because sometimes when I'm with you, listening to music,
Yeah, it kinda turns
you be
you
like,
up.
I'd be like, all right, fresh shit, like we out here.
Yeah.
I was like, like the fuck you song, that was like cool,
Yeah.
a little bit, but
That's the song that gets to 0.5.
other than that, like, and I told Fresh this, I realized like I'm not the biggest fan of Chance style. Number one, so like, what's the big project he put out a couple years ago? Coloring Book.
But
That's hard for me to go back and listen to now, most of the time.
Yeah, but I told y'all that we had an episode about that. And I'm like, Chance's style is very like here and there. You can't. It's hard to listen to a whole album of Chance, and it's not because he's a bad rapper. It's just that I don't know, that voice or something does something to me.
yeah, it's
I feel like if he was poor, he would rap better.
Oh my god.
Like when he first, like when the first mixtape
he
and
said
shit.
if he was poor, he would rap better.
But like he's attained not only like monetary success, but he's attained like this political
Like
clout as
social
well,
success.
social
Yeah,
clout as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
And so now,
I see
like
that.
we getting, it's damn near like if Martin Luther King III starting rapping.
Yeah, but you know what? I give him the credit I do give Chance. It's gonna always be Chicago.
Yeah, and I love that about
Like
him.
to have a song called "While I Can."
Hate that shit. I mean, I hate the song. I mean, I guess it's a cool title, but
For those who, like I said, don't live in Chicago, "While I Can" is something that used to come on public access TV, and it had like Chicago dance groups and things of that nature. Show dance downs when kids had big dances and stuff like that. So that was dope for him to have "While I Can" on there, and I can also understand like DJ Oreo is like from "While I Can." He was like birthed on "While I Can," so I can understand it. That's all dope. I'm always rooting for Chance on the Chicago side though. Like if you got to give me 3 people who I know if we need to go blow some shit up in the name of Chicago, I'm taking Chance with me though.
I can always root for him to win. Mm-hmm. It just don't mean I gotta like the music. Mm-hmm. So I always root for him to win, of course.
That's how I feel about Terrell.
I hate this nigga. I hate this nigga.
I hope he prosper in life. I just don't like
really real. You got the pipe fresh.
I just don't like the nigga.
On site.
On site.
I just don't like the nigga. I'm sorry. I mean, that's life.
On site.
That's life. Speaking. Go ahead.
I do want to say this. Tomorrow, by the time you hearing this episode, there will be an album on your Spotify Apple Music title. It's by an artist by the name of Buddy. It's called Harlan and Alondra. Earlier this year, I predicted that Buddy will have one of the best projects of the year. I still stand by that.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. But I feel like I listened to some of his earlier this year that he had. I can't remember the name of
Buddy
the song.
has lots of records.
Yes.
Lots of records. Hit records. He's a young man from Los Angeles, California.
Dion's second home.
First.
Oh, man. So, while we were at the Posh party, unfortunately, tragedy struck the South Side. And in particular, a neighborhood I hold near and dear to my heart because I literally, I lived there for pretty much 10 years. And in the South Shore area of Chicago, there was a police-involved shooting where a local barber got shot and killed for allegedly standing as if he had a weapon on him. And when the police went to surround him, he took off running and grabbed his weapon and they shot him. That is the cookie cutter generalized narrative that the Chicago police put out.
That they would like you to believe.
The members of the community who were witnesses to the event described the event differently. Now the shooting itself is a tragedy, but what's even worse that came from this was the aftermath, the protesters versus the police. And how, from all documentation, from reporters tweeting to videos recorded of how poorly the Chicago Police Department handled this situation. Especially the one police officer with the S-curl and the 1965 Wooden Billy Club.
Oh, my God.
Your whole ass.
If anybody know him, please add him.
Whole ass. Anywho, I'm going to let Dion start and take the floor with this. I like that. I think I laid it out there for the people.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the floor. This is such a hard topic to talk about, and I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because literally, we just saw so many people from the South Side just protest conditions in our community. Right? We just seen so many black people out protesting violence in our own community, circumstances that we played a part in, circumstances that were forced upon us. We were out there in protest. People were protesting. And what was interesting, that protest was so quote unquote well received. You know, Father Flagler organized it. People tried to drag Father. Because what I feel happened is this. Father Flagler is a guy who I feel like his heart is in the right place.
Yeah.
Okay. Eddie Johnson, you know, jumped on this protest. Who else did it? Rom spoke about the protest. He tried to diss Ronner about the protest. And you know, it's like them niggas probably just golfed in the past 3 weeks or some shit.
Right.
So it was real interesting, that protest. But then as soon as this incident happened, because the people who were on the ground said that's not what happened, right? The people who were on the ground, again, we come to, this week is the anniversary of Eric Gardner. And we go back to this story where the people on the ground, and even the police admitted that they approached him because they thought he was selling loose squares. And loose squares is obviously something that the police in the country are bound to stop. The sale of loose squares. So in case you ever have any thought that the police are there to serve and protect, keep in mind they are there to protect the money.
Always.
So
And forever.
right. So the crazy part, they approached him, and apparently he told them, "I'm giving some cigarettes to my aunt." Unfortunately, nobody can confirm or deny that part of the story, but everything that happened after that was super weird because, you know, the police deleted a lot or didn't release a lot of body cam footage. They released stills from later on, which is interesting because they show the police talking to him enough to have his wallet out where you can get a still picture where they show his FOID card. Now, in no way is a FOID card a conceal and carry. But the crazy part is they acting like it's so hard to determine if you got a conceal and carry. When your conceal and carry comes from who? The Illinois State Police. Mm-hmm. They acting like this so hard, which kind of lets me know bullshit is afoot. Mm-hmm. You know, by no means am I going to justify his action, but I'm going to tell you what I saw when I looked at the video. I saw a guy surrounded by about 6 cops. I saw him take off running. I definitely did see him reach for his waistband. Mm-hmm. Do I know what he was going to do? No. And I'm not going to play God to say, you know, some people are like, hey, he was about to draw out. I don't know a 37-year-old black man is going to draw out on 6 CPD cops. I don't know that foot. Man. Right, on foot. You know, was he drawing out to drop or run? I simply don't know. But I will say this. A lot of people came behind to talk about this and say, well, you know, that's a death sentence, right? And here's my thing. They've showed us so many people getting killed and by police and shot that we've fallen into the thought process of comply or die. Mm-hmm. That's how we feel. We ourselves. And I don't think, you know, to me, this is not by design. Well, I was going to say something that would say, but this is by design. We've seen so many innocent people get killed that we're like, hey, he didn't comply, so he got what was coming. And I've seen that out the mouths of so many black people. And I'm not going to lie, when I see that shit, I want to fight you. I want to shoot the square one with you. So, and with the agreeing said, if I beat you, you got to agree with me. Because the shit that hurts me about this is this. Because then when I made a comment in one of the group meetings and it went radio silent. Because if you justify this, what you're also going back retroactively to justify, you're justifying Mike Brown. Mm-hmm. You're justifying Tamir Rice because they thought he had a weapon. They didn't get a chance to check. They just shot. Pap, pap, pap. 12 seconds.
I don't think that was the same thing, Dion.
No. Because they thought Tamir Rice had a real gun and they shot him dead.
No. I'm saying I don't think this one thing justifies all. If you think this was if you think the police were justified in killing this young man, I don't think it justifies all the previous murders.
With the police, in its purest form, the police felt that they were threatened.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're at this point where we say, well,
every time the police felt threatened,
the police felt threatened. He had a gun. The police shot him. He got what was coming to him.
So that means everybody who got a gun and they feel threatened,
everybody who got a gun and they feel threatened,
right? And
they can go.
And mind you, we've seen experimental videos of white people walking down the street with machine gun, with like Game of Thrones weapons, damn near, and they just stop. Hey, buddy, what you doing? Just walking around. Hey, you got your identification with that? Oh, okay, buddy. Have a nice day.
Right.
Like the white guy who was walking back and forth from that black barber shop, and the black barber came out there and yelled at him like, "You will not walk in front of my barber shop with these motherfucking weapons and try to intimidate my patrons." And the police came and damn near was talking more to the black man without the gun than the white man with the gun.
Right.
And they've done these same experiments with with the white people walking with the motherfucking machine gun. And as soon as a black person have like a smaller gun,
right,
5 squad cars pull up.
Right.
Get on the ground. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because like of the constant double standards. Like white people have literally ran up on police with samurai Jackie Chan swords. swing them bitches. And white police officers have managed to take these people down with their lives still intact.
Right. There are full armed militias in certain states.
Yes.
No, legit.
And cops have literally had standoffs and discussions with them that lasted hours or days. And this is in recent times. So
I'm truly under the belief that no gun laws will be changed until one day black people use the dark web to communicate with each other, and all the black people go to the gun shop at the same time on the same day.
Oh, that is
baby.
That is so the truth.
The system is down.
Once if we all start getting our Ford and conceal and carry, bro, they go change. The NRA is gonna step in, bro. You gotta know that.
Even think about the hypocrisy of the NRA. The NRA says, hold on, just because these 35 school children have got shot up, we don't need to change gun laws. We will defend gun laws at all costs until a black person is killed by the police. Philando Castile had his gun card. Did we hear from the NRA?
You won't hear from the NRA.
He's a card-carrying gun member.
But Trump was just at the NRA conference. The thing about the thing about the I'm gonna say this, and I'll go on record. Please, I don't want any of the gun laws changed, because the thing is, that reminds me of what we saw that night, right? When people say I want the gun laws changed, the thing is, the country's already armed as fuck. The gun companies make so much money. Profits actually dropped a little bit earlier this year, and I feel like when the profits dropped, they just decided to make more guns. What ended up kind of in the visuals after the shooting, where the people were protesting, those cops were out there taking it to women. They were knocking them down. They were fighting people.
Like, where's the humanity?
The cops was fucking up reporters. They were fucking people up. The cops was out there on 71st getting it in. And the crazy part I thought about it, I was like, yo, not to, I won't say not to, but to go, back in our past, right? So if we go back in our past, even though anybody who knows me knows I'm a Black Panther fanatic, not the fucking movie.
I'm looking at it right now.
But even though the Panthers were the group that the government knew, them niggas had to go because they armed themselves fast as fuck.
Yeah.
And even
a lot of rules, a lot of laws changed because of them.
Oh yeah,
gun laws changed because of them.
And it was like, okay, we got our legal, we got shotguns, we got rifles. We not here to buy nobody. We here to make sure the protest goes the way it's supposed to go. So I'm looking at this and I'm looking like everybody's out there. We all out there. We got signs and nothing else. And all cops had their billy clubs, their batons, and they fuck people up to no end. And it was crazy because then, afterwards it's a CPD officer, and I didn't retweet him or bring attention to his tweet on purpose because one thing I will tell everybody: the police are way more intelligent and way more tuned into social media than you ever would think. And all my shit is public. And so he replied he was out there. He said, I got called out my name, I got spit on, I got hit by rocks, and early in the day I helped people I helped a homeless person, I helped another person try to get into rehab. I did this. He's naming all this good shit he did, and I responded to a murder early, and it's like, you chose that job. Regardless of what we say, you chose to go in that profession. Now, do I think you deserve to get hit with rocks? No. I will say no. You definitely did not deserve that. However, when a community feels the way South Shore feels, specifically right around 71st, when the community feels that way, because there were people coming out to speak and saying, hey, ever since, what was the young lady tweet? She said, ever since the announcement of the library, we've been over-policed. So that was exactly what she said. And and then of course Eddie Johnson say, well, we got foot patrols all in that area. And I kind of feel a certain way about that because I've been on 71st a lot.
And see, coming from my perspective, because as we all know, like I know that corner all too well. As having taken the metro, catching the bus, you know, my daughter and her mom still live over there,
right?
And so they did need police, like more police presence because like it was getting out of hand at one point. Like even for me, like walking from the Jeffrey bus to Paxton to go home some days. Like it was sometimes I'd be like, man, let me tuck my laptop bag like a certain way and walk with my fist balled up because like, you know, it's been days. Man, I seen one day come home from work, I seen the motherfucking the Asian guy who ran City Sports and a black dude just tussling in the store.
Shut up.
I'm not lying to you. And Hood Rat's like, yeah, beat his ass. But the black dude was losing because the Asian dude was fucking him up. But like the guy selling loose squares, like the hypes that, like that video of you had the hype dancing on the metro tracks. Yeah. That's daily. Yeah. Like it's hype. So you do need some more police presence out there. But what was happening, alluding what you said, what was going on? Like it was getting to a point of over policed over there. It was like damn, but it was over policed, but they wasn't stopping shit though.
You know what it reminds me of?
Stop and frisk.
No, not even that.
No, because shit was still going on. That's the crazy
shit was
part.
It reminds me of this. When you have you know how if you go and I'll just say you go in the white neighborhoods of the city on a Saturday night when it's partying, right? And you see the police out. You see how they police those crowds. You see how they police division. If you ride through Boys Town or Wrigleyville, the police presence is heavy, but the police presence is also never menacing.
Never.
It's
they're talking. They're
right. You don't feel threatened.
So twirling their batons.
Right. Hey, how you doing? Have fun.
And that is Dion. God damn it, Dion. That is so much the truth. Like y'all do not understand. I remember getting out of Dragonfly or coming out of House and Honey.
Nigga, that whole Zentra area, Weed Street too.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, not that the whole strip on Randolph that they completely shut down now.
It used to be like Chromium and all that shit.
What was the name of them clubs? Yeah, Dragonfly.
Sawtooth.
Sawtooth.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That
whole
it's
all restaurants now.
It's over with.
It's all restaurants.
It's over. It's been real.
It's over.
If y'all knew how the police were when we got out of them places, I get the fuck on. Go to your fucking cars. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It was just like,
but it's
bruh, I'm walking that way. You're not walking fucking fast enough. And it's like, what? Bruh, like, chill the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Man, I've had to tell many a cop to chill the fuck out. Walking to my car from the club.
Yeah.
But you need to get the move on. Bruh, you see me walking right, it ain't going no faster. You got a smart mouth. Like, man, unless you about to do something about it, I'm about to keep walking.
Yes. Like, bro, I'll never forget when you know, I had my barbecue in the backyard. And the police came and shut it down.
Bro.
And the white shirt, I'm talking to the guy who's over all of the police. We talking, we laughing like, I understand, man, it's getting late. You know, a couple people called. All right, cool, I understand, Joe. I'm wrapping it up. People are actually leaving. Then one dude just hopped in the conversation like, don't talk to him like that. And me and the white shirt looking at him like, bro, this ain't even that kind of, you know what I'm saying? You could take that off. You don't need that back here. I know, but I also understand that a lot of these cops are intimidated.
Oh, yeah.
They are fucking intimidated. Like, all black people aren't criminals, motherfucker. You don't have to have on your offering to arrest somebody. Maybe you should just be doing what the fuck you were signed on to do, protect and serve. Why don't you make sure the motherfuckers who causing trouble or the motherfuckers or these ladies are being protected while walking to their cars or something?
And in time to Dion's point, they over police, but they're not really protecting because as anyone on the south side knows, the Walgreens on 71st and Jeffrey is the absolute worst. It is the pit of hell. It is the fourth denomination of hell.
You took the grocery store out of the neighborhood.
And that made that Walgreens the grocery store.
Right, the Walgreens is the grocery store.
So everybody hype Auntie being that bitch. Oh my God. I hate that Walgreens.
And that's something that they're really doing in our communities too. We got to pay attention. We are having so many food deserts. I know that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, I mean,
but all that ties into like, you know, them putting us like, it's like virtual cages. Legit. Like, we don't have like real grocery stores
at all.
All you give us is high-end shoe and clothing stores and liquor stores in our community. And then when we just walking, minding our business, you want to fuck with people. Like, fam had cigarettes. Like, of all the shit that goes on 71st and Jeffrey. This man died because the initial conversation was because he was giving out loose squares and it looked like he had a gun, which was true, but observe the situation more. Like, what was he really doing?
And you know, here's what I'll say about having a gun in the city of Chicago. Me personally, I always believe that a person who is licensed to carry a gun in Chicago should always have their gun on them. Mm-hmm. If they are in any sort of neighborhood, because right now the violence has moved to different neighborhoods. It's all over. Yeah. The crime is all over. The thing about having a gun is this. If I'll just keep it real. If you go into any barbershop on the south or west sides of the city, any black barbershop, barbershops are still the last cash business. Yeah. Barbershops are the last. Man, I only had one barber in my life that took a car and that shot out the pun, and pun charged like a $4 premium, as he should.
My barber takes cars now.
But yeah, you know, I know more niggas are taking it, but you know, barbershops are still primarily cash.
Yeah, they still primarily cash. Yeah.
So on 71st, this barber operates in the cash business on a Saturday.
My nigga.
Listen, I'll just keep it real. He didn't have a violent record. They would have put that out. I don't think he had any record, no arrests. 37 years. So, other cash business owner, we know when I go into every little rinky-dink store, I know there's a gun. So I know when I go in the little Arab corner store, there's a gun. I know when I go in the gas station, there's a gun. I know when I go in the Chinese restaurant, I definitely know there's a gun. Every place I go, there's a gun. So he's a barber operating a cash business. He's a business by himself. He had a gun. So I know people want to vilify having a gun like it was the worst thing in the world. But you have to look at these things in context and perspective. And please believe, let's take it back to when I was super young, right? I started a business. I was selling jerseys out my car.
I remember that.
I was selling jerseys out my car. I would meet up with niggas who found me on the most randomness of websites, Black Planet, MySpace. All I got is a name. And it's like I was meeting niggas on all types of stony this, stony that. You know how much of an idiot you would have to be to meet niggas with a box full of jerseys that they and they guys could pull out from, to not be armed, not be prepared for anything. So give that perspective. You know, don't just look at it like this is a nigga with a gun. Because if he was a nigga with a gun, he'd have been doing something stupid with his gun.
Cause Joe, you know, like it's settled down now. But what was big like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, was face-to-face shoe sales. You know, at the height of it, and it was so many cases of guys getting robbed. So then it started being like when I was selling my shoes, meet me in a public space, fam. Meet me by the police station, or come to my barbershop, bro. Like, nah, big dog. You know, and you know how many guys like, I'm straight. Right. Because they was on bullshit.
Right. You know anybody that sells stuff online has been through that process where you tell people, oh yeah, meet me at the Walmart. I'm going to be right in front of the door at 6 p.m. before it's dark out. And niggas all of a sudden, oh no, fam, I'm straight. That's out the way. And then, you know, and I want to put something else in perspective. You know what else was big? You made me think of this. You know what else was big a few years ago? What? Robbing a beauty shop.
Yep.
Robbing beauty shops was big as fuck.
Man.
You go in there, you spend all that money for that fresh yaki, that Brazilian. People was running up in beauty shops
easily,
and that's real. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's just I'll say CPD has a problem, and they've had this problem for decades. You know, I'll say this: I would love to have video of their full training from day one of the academy to the end. Because at some point they're being militarized, whether it's, you know, and I mean mentally, not even the army with the weapons, but mentally, these people are changing.
Yes, and it's like, and we not putting this just on the whites.
Yeah, nah,
The
definitely
blacks
not.
are a part of this too. Police and even people now. I know a lot of people like, man, it's a great career. They get good pay. They got good benefits. But I'm like, do you actually want to be a part of something like that?
Man,
Do you want to be a part of something like that? Like for real, for real. The police make me nervous now.
oh yeah,
The police make me nervous, and it ain't because I'm a punk or anything like that. It's just you never fucking know what kind of day they're having.
Yeah.
Do they decide this the day I'm gonna be on bullshit? When police ever ask me for my ID, I'll try to give them my CPS ID.
right.
Hey, we on the same team. Relax,
Right.
big dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's only because I never forget. Like I said, I tell the story to all my kids at school. I was home for a summer from school, and I was on the block with the gas, and the police came through flashing the light, shining the light, come through the gangway, shining the light. All right, all y'all got him go. Be like my mother and them is sitting on the church lot with us, so it's like everybody out there. They're like, all y'all got to go, whatever. Matter of fact, give me all your IDs. So now, if you don't have an ID, you get in the car. Basically, you go into the station
Right.
if you don't got an ID. So I give my ID. Well, I have my school ID, and they're like, "Oh, you're in college?" I'm like, "Yeah, what college?" Like, "Well, you got my ID." SIU. Okay, you can't be too smart. Your dumb ass is over here with them, and I'm like, "Damn,
Right.
damn, is
That's
for
crazy.
real?"
I had a similar situation. I had literally like walked outside. The guys, some of the niggas on the block, they was chilling. You know, everybody know that TJ was going on. You know, when I'm not going to work or doing anything else, I come on 97 race scene, came out big T and hoop shorts then.
Right.
Police pulled up. Come on, my nigga Joe. I think he just got a nice white pickup truck at the time. They swooped up. Everybody put their hands on the truck. So you know me, I'm like, oh, this don't apply to me.
Right.
I'm about to keep walking over to Kendall crib. No, you too. The whole neighborhood said, him? I said, me?
Right.
They like, yeah. I'm like, dude, like I just came out here to say hi. I'm like, no, put your hand on the truck. And the whole time, all the rest of the niggas quiet. Me and them going back and forth because I'm not supposed to be have my hands out here. Right. Oh, he's just a fucking nerd. I'm like, all right, man. All right with your fat ass. What you say? I'm like, man, look. Like, man, give my ID back.
Right. Y'all kicked this off with me.
I'm like, y'all ain't gonna find nothing on me. So look my name up. And they ain't find nothing. Like, you need to watch your mouth. I'm like, man, give my ID.
Yeah.
I was so pissed, man.
Yeah,
I was like,
cause and I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. But to me, to see the police on the Facebook timeline and how they was talking, like this was a fucking victory, y'all, bro. I just didn't comment on shit. Like it was so many police, like see, like that was their status. See,
and and see, and that's what made me put my status up because I saw a couple of cops that I know, like, y'all not protesting this,
Yeah.
y'all not protesting
Yeah.
this, and that's why I was like, we just had a whole fucking protest down Dan Ryan. Like black people like protest violence in neighborhoods all the time. There's all type of peace marches, rallies in all communities on the south side. Unfortunately, it's a problem that we cannot corral because it's literally our family. You know, it's like family. Like it's too ingrained.
Yeah.
It's too ingrained. We know this already. But don't like get on your high horse and say y'all don't have protests. Like, we had protests everywhere. You think it's a good look for you, bitch? Like, the fuck out of here. Don't get me started.
No, because the cops really was acting like, see, we not as bad as y'all think. Like,
Yes,
get the
you are.
fuck out of here.
And it's always the random. Very few cops keep their community pass. I'll just be real. Very few cops keep their G pass. You know, and it's just real, and it's crazy to watch to me because I definitely be like, what the fuck happened? Like, why? Like, how did like, you know? That's why I say it's interesting to see I'm interested to see how that person gets like that because they came up with us, they still associate with us. Some of them still get hit by some of the guys, but you know, but you look up and you be like, you know, some of the guys still dipping in hood rat waters too that got the badge on. But when it come time for, you know,
Still water runs deep.
man.
But that's definitely the case too, Dion. Like, when were y'all brainwashed?
Right.
When
That's
were
what
y'all
I'm trying-
brainwashed? Because me, I'm telling y'all this. No bullshit. If Fresh is a cop, I'm still black before I'm a cop. And if I see some fuck shit going on, I'm going to address it.
Right.
I'm gonna address it. How are you standing by and letting the fuck shit happen? Like you say, buddy with the Jerry curl.
Right.
Child, please.
We gonna have a talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, calm your goof ass down. Like, man.
Yeah, probably not a talk.
And that's crazy that cops want us to like snitch on our family members and shit, but they won't snitch on our own. But let's move on to the next subject.
You know what? Nah, let me give you some context to one thing about police.
Mm-hmm.
Because I encountered this. Somebody told this story in the podcast before, so I'll tell it again. So when I was harassed by police,
La
Policia, I never forget my visit to the police station by Morgan Park to report this harassment. When I tell you, it was the most uncomfortable shit. But then I was younger, and then if you thought like I was fearless now, like I was really fearless then. Like I'll say now, like I'll fight any nigga walking there, probably except Tyson. But even at that point, I think I might have fought Tyson if he pissed me off. Literally went to the police station, and when I tell you they made this so fucking just a task for me to report this harassment of these officers. And then after that, I'll never forget the calls from the police who were investigating the harassment. When I tell you it was pure bullshit, fam, listen, all my life it was pure bullshit. Because afterwards, you know, you go through all these processes. You're getting calls from police, right? So you're getting calls from people investigating, and just their tone on the phone made me super uncomfortable. It was really like definitely like a fuck you tone throughout the whole process. I lived in the suburbs at the time. CPD definitely came to my house, not uniformed guys. I'm pretty sure they was coming to talk to me because I was dodging their calls, but I'm not going to talk to you if you treat me like what I said was just fucked up.
Right.
And then I contacted a lawyer, a black lawyer who was known for, you know, going at CPD. And honestly, he told me, he said straight up, he said, hey, if they ain't whoop your ass, we ain't got no case.
Damn.
Like, just flat out. And it was like, shit. Like, all right. So, right. So now I got to get beat up to get a case. But it's like, you know, so there's really no checks and balances when it comes to police. And, you know, that's why I always say I fear my encounters with the police, because they can take it wherever the fuck they want to take it. You know what I'm saying? And if I take it anywhere they don't want to take it, I can die.
Yep.
And then I'll have niggas on the internet like some of the niggas who listen to the podcast like, well, Dion ain't comply. You know that nigga ain't scared of shit.
Like man, like you know, like man. Make your friends promise you that if the police take you out, that they spread the good news about your life on social media.
Man, tell my story.
Tell my story right.
Motherfuckers. Tell my story right.
Look, if God forbid, knock on this wood, CPD take me out, y'all better repost all the pictures me and Jordan got together. He was a good father.
Hey,
all the ladies who I've kissed in the mouth telling them I was the best lover you ever had.
Speaking of.
Oh God! Speaking of, okay,
we can do that to end on a better note.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Ladies, you know we was talking in our group chat amongst adults today. Do you give out reviews on previous sex partners? Because we've seen that a lot of shade comes towards guys' ways once they stop stirring their macaroni. So I want to know if you keep it funky. Or you lie to protect the peace. What do you think? Do you think they just always lie? Or think you say, oh no, Hammer Slammer used to put it down?
Do I think the ladies lie?
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily lie, but I think it depends on this. Like, well, I think they'll always tell the truth if the dick was top 3 in their life.
If it was 4, no, it's a good chance.
If it was 4, the narrative would change slightly. So let me put it like this. The dick is top 3 in their life, no matter what you do. Like, nigga ain't shit. Nigga gonna take care of his kids. This nigga, like, played me. This nigga left me for my best friend. But the dick was good. But baby. And you may think I'm lying. I've sat around these conversations. I've heard this with my own 2 ears.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that.
Dick ain't top 3 in their life. Top 2, you know, whatever. Then the narrative change, like, I mean, he was cool, but... Then they might, you know, tell their girls like little shit that may have happened. Like one night he couldn't get up, or this, that, and the third. So like, you know, fellas, like when you get that shot with these chicks, like, you know, I know some some guys like, man, you can't like ride her out the first time like that for a man.
Man.
Change her fucking life, Jack, because you never know when you gonna fall off with these chicks. And you got the story got to get told, just like
The story got to get told.
Your story got to get told.
Jay Prince say bad news will beat you home.
Bad news will beat you home. I swear to God, it will.
Man.
So man, if you don't do nothing else in your life, my nigga,
Perform. Please.
Perform.
The good fellas.
Because these you think you and the guys roast, the women jokes will cut even harder.
Oh yes. Ain't nothing worse than a girl telling you, nigga, you couldn't even fuck me right. Shit.
Like when girls tell you they was thinking of other shit while you was like why you sweating? When they said they could have had a V8,
Why you sweating?
like you putting in all the work, and they were like, I could have had a V8.
Listen, bad news will beat you home.
Bad news will beat you on. These ladies do not play.
The thing about that is like women only know venom. Like it's rare.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I always say like women always be thinking they funny. I be telling women a lot of times it's hard for y'all to be funny. It's very rarely you find a women that can roast with us. But women do all the venom. Like I'm telling you, listen. If some fellas have had this privilege, some of us have had the privilege of being added to an all girl group chat, and when you look at that shit, you be like, "What the? Whoa!" You be like, "Shit." And then some of us have, some of y'all be pillow talking. You look up, you be with a girl. Next thing you know, she passed you that phone. Like, look at this shit. You be like, this is how y'all talk? Filth. Yeah. Some of us are fortunate enough to have our own Robin Givens crew. As I've always said, I definitely have a Robin Givens subsection to my friends, and I love them because the shit that they say, boy, I be like, shit, nigga, don't slip up. Never lose your juice, nigga. Never lose your juice. Never lose your juice, man.
You ain't doing shit else. If you can't provide, nigga, you gotta perform.
Gotta perform.
Speaking of that, Jay Prince was in town. I went to the Jay Prince book signing at Truth Italian restaurant right there on 39th. Of course, it's definitely like Jay Prince to go to have his book signed on 39th.
Yes.
I will say this: all the old GDs were there. All the old gangsters was there. I decided not to stand in line. It was just too much going on. There were lots of the young Instagrams, girl, with they old gangster sponsors. They don't want to put them on the gram, and they can't because of them. They got families, but they were there. It was so many fake booties there too. I didn't even know there was that many fake booties in Chicago. It was wild. But I will say this: check out that Jay Prince book. When you get a chance, The Art and Science of Respect. It's a real good book. Just even it ain't no advice book. It's a story of his life, but you can learn a lot by peeping the book. It got some real pertinent stories in there. Okay,
I'm gonna check it out.
That's real.
But before we leave, y'all don't got no announcements about nothing that's going on.
There may be a little barbecue next Saturday.
Me and Buddy.
Me and Buddy at a barbecue. Buddy is like a father figure. If y'all know about that, it's a long time ago show. What was it? DMX had a reality show.
DMX reality show.
That shit was the greatest comedy ever, and it was not even supposed to be comedy. But the Q rebranded for the grown and sexy, but still ratchet.
Sophista
Ratchet. If you got a job, you can really invite your co-workers now without giving them the old name.
All riled up.
HR calling you. You ain't got to worry about that no more. The Q is back next Saturday, July 28th. Different time, 1 to 8.
Yep.
Probably stay a little bit after 8. We got a parking lot right by where the barbecue will be held. It's going to give you images of Compton in the 90s, South Chicago in 2000. It's going to be a nice hood affair.
Yes, it will be.
Y'all know how we get now. Y'all know how we coming. If you have any concerns or questions at this point, you can stay home.
Did you give him the location? I don't think you gave him the location.
Oh, my bad. 6201 South Stewart, Inglewood High School campus on the Princeton side, however. The Stewart side is right across from Antioch Church. Not on that side. We're going to be on the back side of Inglewood.
Hey, Ant just gave a church announcement for the Q, because that was definitely a church.
Definitely would. You know, I've been born and raised
That was
in a
definitely a
Baptist
church. Yes, all hearts and mind clear.
Yes.
We will be having second service at 6 p.m. Yeah. All fish dinners are $7.50. See Sister Jones on the other side,
Sister
who makes an
Jones.
amazing pound cake.
She is taking all the money, no change.
No change.
But yeah, y'all know how we coming on. When you come through with your liquor, if you can have it in the bag, slightly covered up due to this being a Chicago Park District property.
Yes.
But other than that, man, DJ gonna be rocking. The food gonna be. You can bring your own little small grills for this affair if you like.
Yeah. BYOG.
BYOG, bring your own grill. BYOC, bring your own chair. BYOB, bring your own bottle.
Yes.
You know, on some G shit, we can't get out of here before we address this because you know.
Go ahead.
Faith Evans. She married Stevie J.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You raggedy bitch!
You raggedy bitch! You raggedy bitch!
Listen. I said something earlier. I threw some bait out there. Once in a while, you throw a bait out there to see what women are gonna like the bait. And I said, at least she waited until Biggie died to smash the homies. Now, the shit about that is this. Faith has dated since Biggie died. She's dated
Kiss.
She's dated Jadakiss. And now she's married Stevie J.
She was just out with Jadakiss
She
like
was
a
ju-
pay period
yeah,
ago.
she
Like,
literally-
real talk.
She literally was out with Jadakiss. And the crazy thing, I know people be like, man, you know, Stevie J, like, I know people be wondering what did Stevie J do. The crazy part is this. Stevie J, the Hitman was definitely a dope production team. 5 niggas made some of the most incredible records. Stevie J does play a lot of instruments. So, you know, them keys you hear on Notorious Thugs, Stevie J.
Yeah, Stevie J. Shout out to
And,
him.
you know,
He's a pioneer.
I love Stevie J guitars. It's heard on Story to Tell. It's heard on Total Kissing You. But this nigga here, this nigga here, man, listen. And Faith fell for the bait, boy. I don't know how. Safe to say, those two motherfuckers will not be at any of Puffy's barbecues.
Bruh, like, all I can say is Hitman, baby.
Stevie J. Cole. I mean,
Right,
whatever you doing.
Do we
he's
fault
Cole.
any? Do we fault? Who do we fault, or do we fault anyone?
They both bear some fault.
There you
They
go.
both bear fault.
There
They
you
both
go.
bear fault. Stevie J is out of order. But you know, as you can see though, Stevie J
Never cared.
Stevie J never cared. He's just a old. He's that nigga that if like he was your man, you know that he has the potential to hit your ex, so you gotta like whoop his ass. So you know, like
he's Bill Bellamy's character on Love Jones.
oh god.
He is.
Bill Bellamy was the worst.
He is.
I would have had to pull the thump on Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy when they catch it, Joe. Bill Bellamy was hard.
Yeah. Bill Bellamy, you just had to catch him like right in front of the Regal.
We can have this like some gentlemen. We can get into some gangster shit. That's what I told Bill Bellamy.
Also, to all our lady guests out there.
Oh shit.
To all our lady guests out there. We would appreciate if you dress properly for the Pajama Jam on August 11th.
The Pajama Jam.
At Thalia Hall.
Yes.
5 DJs up.
What does properly mean?
You know
Define
what?
properly.
Define properly.
I was just thinking about scent. I didn't think
Oh
about.
god.
I didn't care what you wore.
I'm so sick of you.
Hey, listen. I just went to this place again yesterday, and the setup is gonna be crazy. I'm kind of nervous about the setup because, like I said, it's a pajama party, and I just want everyone on their best behavior. But it's gonna be a nice turnout. We got 5 DJs. Gonna be real colorful. We'll have a link up when we drop this episode for anyone who wants to purchase those early bird tickets. You can tell them Fresh sent you. But yeah, man, I might wear something slick, you know. I don't know yet, you know.
Oh god.
I sleep in hoop shorts. I ain't no outside clothes in my bed.
Talk your shit.
I knew
The
this
fuck?
nigga was gonna say
Talk
that.
your shit.
You know what? On that note.
ain't got
On that
time for my
note.
shit.
On that note. No foreplay. We out.
No foreplay.